Now, Good Morning Northwest, accused U of I murder suspect in court. The three motions Bryan Kohberger's defense wants a North Idaho judge to rule on.
A muggy start to your Wednesday, but we have beautiful conditions this afternoon. I'm tracking some other storms in North Idaho coming up.
And a local aquatic center closed on a hot summer day. Why staff had to evacuate families and call police. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, June 28th. Let's check in with Emily Bloom. She's filling in for Mark Peterson, and she has your first alert forecast.
We begin taking a live look out over downtown Spokane, and you can see just beautiful conditions out there. An indication of how much sunshine we're going to get. You can see not too many clouds in the sky at the moment, but it's going to feel sticky as you are stepping out the door. Here over the next couple of hours, we're getting up to 63 degrees by about 8 a.m., 10 a.m. getting into those lower 70s. So we're going to be warming nicely. And then by this afternoon, many of us into the 80s and a few areas even into the 90s. 93 will be the high in Grand Coulee, 94 in Moses Lake, 92 for those of you in the Tri-Cities. Now we've got this warming trend ahead of us, and paired with this warming trend is clear blue skies. So all of this means we've got beautiful conditions in the days ahead. 91 will be the high on Friday, 88 the high on Sunday, and then yes, we all have our sights set on that 4th of July forecast, looking like it's going to be 92 degrees with clear blue skies. Overnight temperatures are going to be in those lower 60s, so we do have beautiful conditions, but we've got this afternoon today that we need to get through. We do have a second chance of thunderstorms in a few localized areas. We'll be tracking all of that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Emily, thank you. The man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students last fall was back in court in Moscow yesterday. Since the state of Idaho has filed its intent to pursue the death penalty, the defense is asking for more information from the discovery.
At 4 News Now's Natalie Grant was in court yesterday and reports on what was and was not brought before the judge.
We are narrowing in on 3 months until the trial against Bryan Kohberger is slated to start. On Tuesday, Kohberger and his team were back in front of a judge, saying now that the death penalty is on the table, they need more information from the state. Ann Taylor, the public defender representing Kohberger, brought forward 3 motions. The first, training records from 3 officers that conducted interviews and gathered evidence in the days following the murders, something the state said it will not be releasing to the defense unless the officers are called to court.
There is a lot of information in the various interviews that's going to come into trial. This officer may well be subpoenaed by the defense to come to trial. That person's training records are very relevant.
Taylor saying these officers could likely be subpoenaed during the trial, and having those records is imperative to their preparation. The second is FBI cell phone data that pinpointed the whereabouts of Kohberger that night. And the third is the report from the FBI examiner that told police to look for the white Hyundai Elantra as a car of interest in the case. The state says it's shared all the information on their side regarding these 2 pieces and is waiting on the final reports. Once those reports are finished, the state says they will be sharing them. Several motions that were expected to be covered were not brought to the judge on Tuesday. That includes DNA collection and information that was presented to the grand jury that eventually led to Kohberger's indictment. According to Idaho court officials, the 2 sides came to agreements before court started on these, and the motions surrounding the DNA will be discussed at a later time. Kohberger's trial is set to start in October. Reporting in Moscow, Idaho, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
The Shadle Aquatic Center is reopening today. It's been closed. The Spokane Parks and Rec Department closed it Monday and Tuesday, saying a group was threatening somebody inside. This happened before 4 o'clock Monday afternoon. Spokane Parks and Rec posted on Facebook saying staff called police and locked down the facility and evacuated all guests to a safe location. We have not heard yet whether police made any arrests. A man living near Deer Park surrendered peacefully to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office following an hour-long standoff.
Now, we first brought you this story as breaking news yesterday morning. It happened near West Hamilton Road and South Short Road, just south of Deer Park. The man's own family called sheriff's deputies who say he was intoxicated and threatening to kill himself. Investigators say he wanted the deputies to end his life. Because there were children in the house at the time, SWAT and the crisis negotiation team were called in. They were able to de-escalate the situation situation, and the man was taken to the hospital for treatment. As of right now, that man is not facing any charges. And the SWAT team in Spokane County is being deployed more often, almost once a week.
And last year, the county called out the SWAT team 47 times, the most calls in the last 5 years. We sat down with Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles to ask him what he believes is causing the rise. We also take a look at the newest technology used by SWAT to keep deputies and the public safe during tense standoffs.
Ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want to negotiate, and we want them to surrender peacefully.
Get a first-hand look at the drones used by the sheriff's office, what they can do, and how SWAT calls have changed in the last several years. It's a special report tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6 p.m. It is now 6:05 a.m.
Okay, let's send things back over to Emily Bloom for a look at what's ahead of us today. You're talking these storms are probably going to miss us here in Spokane.
Yeah, I think so. We're looking at primarily North Idaho and Northeast Washington, and it's going to be this afternoon after about 4 or 5 p.m. We will be tracking the time and exactly what those areas can expect coming up right after the break.
Thrive's annual soccer camp is back this week. I'll tell you about the importance that it holds for these kids and how they're all able to connect through soccer.
And vandalism at a local church showing support for the LGBTQ community, coming up what the vandals took and the message they left behind.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Hey, light 'em uppers! AutoNation Honda is celebrating July 4th with you. Take advantage of new Honda inventory arriving daily. We'll even buy your car. What drives you drives us. AutoNation Honda.
This could be you. Just chilling, staying cool this summer. Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games to earn your entries to win a share of $13,000 cool cash. Paddle boards, kayaks, and air conditioners. Missisquoi Casino Hotel, keeping it cool. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, July 29th. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
At Coeur d'Alene Wigs, we have that great hair day every day. Wigs are a great way to look and feel good in a matter of minutes. With over 60 years experience, we will help you find a wig that matches your personality and gives you confidence. We also measure, fit, and refresh your current wigs. Stop in and shop our great selection of wigs, toppers, and accessories. Walk-ins welcome, appointments recommended. Coeur d'Alene Wigs, where it's a great hair day every day.
Listen up, red, white, and bluers. AutoNation Honda is celebrating July 4th with you. Drive your favorite new 2023 Honda models with 2.9% APR financing. What drives you drives us. AutoNation Honda.
Live with Kelly and Mark every weekday morning.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Joe Biden is set to embrace Bidenomics at a speech today in Chicago.
The theory rejects trickle-down policies in favor of a belief that the economy grows from the middle out and the bottom up. The White House says Biden can use it to lay out his vision for the future while also highlighting his achievements. The problem? Biden is struggling to sell his economic agenda to the public. While his advisors and a growing number of economists believe the worst effects of inflation are behind us, most Americans are convinced the economy is still in bad shape. The White House hopes this messaging will help improve Biden's political standing as the 2024 presidential campaign gets underway.
In Paris, protests raged through the night in response to the shooting death of a 17-year-old by police during a traffic stop. Prosecutors have opened a homicide investigation. They say the shooting happened when the boy refused commands to stop his car and the officer opened fire. This is the second fatal shooting during a traffic stop so far this year.
The Canadian wildfires are breaking records and damaging much of the world's air quality. The Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Service just released a report on the smoke emissions, finding those fires have led to the highest emissions on record for the country. The smoky pollution has had a heavy impact on the U.S., leading to significantly degraded air quality throughout much of the country. The Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center says crews are working on 485 active wildfires in the country, with at least 257 fires described as out of control.
And in your 10-second takeaway, we are talking about another chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. We're going to have temps into the 90s starting on Friday, and then we've got sunny skies, a very long stretch of them coming up.
In honor of Pride Month, many businesses are decorated to show their support.
Yeah, Spokane Valley Church, showing support, was surprised to find vandalism in place of its pride flags. Viradale Church of Christ in Spokane had more than 24 pride flags last week. According to Reverend Genevieve Haywood, last weekend, 3 people stole 3 large banners and 25 small pride flags from their property. They also spelled out Lev 2013 on the front lawn using diesel fuel, referencing a Bible verse from the book of Leviticus, often used to condemn gay people.
You go into a mama bear kind of mode. Take care of the congregation, take care of the property, take care of the neighbors. So that's where my mind went first.
Haywood says she contacted Spokane Valley Police, who are now investigating. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now just about 6:12.
It's America's fastest growing sports, but it's also sidelining a lot of those players. Coming up a little later, the types of pickleball injuries and why there are so many.
And your kids might have gone to a summer soccer camp, but probably not like the one we're telling you about this morning. Coming up, a live report on a special experience for some of Spokane's newest and youngest residents.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
This week, Walker's Furniture is combining their anniversary sale with their 4th of July sale for double the discounts, where the more you spend, the more you save, up to $760 off. Or you can take advantage of special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down.
So you can get that new living room furniture or stylish bedroom set you've been wanting and pay for it later.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less.
During the 43rd 4th of July sale at Walker's.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted online at bimart.com. There's 16 pages filled with savings in every department. Soak up the sun. We have what you need to cool off in your own pool or get out on the water. Plus, pick up all the essentials for camping in the Pacific Northwest, and don't forget the snacks and beverages to go with it. Save now at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Elves, dwarves, dragons, and a very unlikely hero. These are what made The Hobbit my favorite book as a kid. And that's why I'm thrilled 4 News Now has teamed up with First Book to deliver hundreds of books to local children. Each one will open a world of imagination and a lifelong love of reading. Go to KXLY.com to learn how you can support the magic of storytelling.
We'd like to thank the Coeur d'Alene Casino for sponsoring McGee, Greens Ferry, Celtice, Jefferson, and Rosalia Elementary.
Next live, guest co-host Ryan Seacrest with Jimmy Kimmel.
You are a brilliant pizza maker.
Can I be honest? That was a Totino's.
Plus, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Watch live today at 9, right after GMA.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Thrive Center soccer camp for refugee children kicked off earlier this week. It's a way for them to learn the basics and also make some long-lasting friendships with other refugee kids in the area.
And this year's camp is the biggest so far, with more than 100 kids registered. Bronte Sarosky is live at North Central High School, where in just a few hours all the action will start taking place.
Yeah, this is the biggest registration that they've seen, and this camp is for kids of all ages, elementary school, high school. They're all invited to come down here, and these are for a lot of the refugee kids that are with Thrive. I'm here with Jackson Leno talking about just the importance that it is for these kids to come out here. You know, these are kids from all over, right? So they might have language barriers or cultural barriers, but how does playing soccer and being here help them break through those barriers and just connect with one another?
Yeah, you know, as I mentioned earlier, that soccer is an international connection sport, and so barriers would be, of course, the language, but when you come together and you play, that barrier is gone, and it's very important for them to kind of come and socialize with each other. I've heard numerous stories of, man, this is a really cool time to be able to connect with other kids. I didn't know there's kids from different places that are here, and so to have this space for them to come, we want it to be a safe space for them to be, and the community support would be very, very vital and crucial for them to be able to come and join us in being able to support.
That's awesome. And what can the community do if they want to come out and support?
Yeah, so as mentioned earlier, Thursday would be our final day, and we want to invite the community to come and enjoy, spectate from the stands, even maybe if they want to come and play around with the kids a little bit.
Awesome.
But a few ways you can participate is by, you know, covering some of your time with coming and just volunteering. And also you can donate some funds to be able to cover the cost of camp, because it does take money to cover this, you know, to run this camp. And so providing cleats, soccer shoes, balls and shin guards and things like that would be very vital to be able to run the camp with that.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's a great way that the community can get involved. And like you said, Thursday is the last day to come out here. And when you come out, there's also going to be food from Feast World Kitchen. So that is also super exciting. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll tell you more about how you can be involved with this and just, once again, the importance it is to these children. I'll throw it back to you guys in the studio for now.
Yeah. And how many families have old soccer cleats or shin guards or anything that he mentioned that, you know, people could definitely use?
And here is a live look. Speaking of soccer, that's where the USL will be playing in Spokane. Gosh.
Every time I look at it, I'm amazed at like the progress that's being made on that stadium across the street from us. And
very exciting.
Well, we're taking a look at the radar now, and yeah, you can see some of these systems coming through the area.
Yeah, we still have a little bit of activity right now over the past couple of hours. This is just some showers, primarily through southern Washington. This is going to dissipate, but then we've got another round this afternoon in North Idaho. For right now, we are sitting at 57 degrees in Coeur d'Alene and 60 in Spokane, and we're going to be warming up pretty nicely as we make it through the afternoon. Temperatures right now anywhere between about 55 to 60 degrees in the Spokane metro, and moving throughout the day, as I mentioned, warming up, but right now it is super humid out there. You're going to notice it the moment that you step out the door. 73 degrees at 10 a.m., 85 degrees by 4 p.m. this afternoon, and at 4 p.m. that's when we're expecting some of these storms to roll through. Highs across the region, you can see anywhere between about 80 to 94 degrees. 94 is going to be the high for those of you in the Moses Lake area. Forecast radar is showing some of the lingering cloud cover that we have out there right now, primarily over Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Ritzville from yesterday. Putting this all in motion, about 4 p.m. we're seeing some of these isolated storms through northeast Washington and then North Idaho as well. It's going to be about 4 to 5 p.m. We could see small hail, gusty winds, heavy rain, potentially some lightning. So all things to keep in mind as you are mapping out your Thursday and how you are going to spend your afternoon and evening. As we head into the overnight hours, temperatures falling back into those upper 50s and lower 60s, depending upon where exactly you are. And this is where we're going to be as you are waking up on your Thursday. 58 degrees will be the overnight low in downtown Spokane with those partly cloudy skies. But then, hey, once we get through tonight, we are moving into a very long stretch of mostly sunny skies and warm temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. And I know that we are all very focused on the 4th of July holiday. You can see right there next Tuesday. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be about 92 degrees with clear blue skies. I can't guarantee it this far out, but hey, that's what it's looking like, and we'll take it.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Make sure your sunscreen up.
It is now 6:20. A Coeur d'Alene kid is coming to Seattle for All-Star Weekend. The big honor for former Coup Kyle Manzardo.
And the Mariners coughed up a lead twice before falling to the Nationals in extra innings. We'll show you what happened. It's coming up after the break in sports. And take a look at this guy. We've got a marmot on camera. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Northwest after this.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
When I think of a mortgage advisor, I think of someone who is not approachable or friendly. But then we went to BECU and I met Lauren. She was like, this is how you buy a home. BECU changed my life and my family's life.
I'm 4 News Now Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Every little bit helps when it comes to protecting our river and aquifer. Learn how you can be water wise.
With hot summer days approaching, you may want to think about changing out those spray heads you have in your yard to rotary heads. Those are a thick spray that don't blow away in the wind and have a slower application rate that allow it to soak into your lawn. We have rebates for those too at waterwisespokane.org.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I got a call swap.
You forgot your check.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. We're the friendly faces you see first thing in the morning and at the end of your day. We're the people you trust on your screens and in real life. And we'll always be there when you need us. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now. The Spokane County SWAT team, they're being deployed more often, on average once a week. 4 News Now wanted to know why, and how does new technology help them protect you? Aaron Luna reports. Thursday only on 4 News Now at 6.
Wildfire season is here, and we may be affected by smoke. Protect your health by being prepared. 1. Check current air quality and fire activity online and plan accordingly. 2. When it's smoky, limit or avoid time outdoors. And 3, keep indoor air as clean as possible. Replace home air filters more often and set the air conditioner to the recirculate mode. For the latest information about wildfires and air quality, visit the Washington Smoke blog, wasmoke.blogspot.com.
For BECU credit union members, freedom means free checking with no monthly maintenance fees and no minimum balance requirement. And it means access to your money whenever, wherever, with over 30,000 surcharge-free co-op network ATMs nationwide. So join us at BECU.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. We're about 2 weeks away from the MLB All-Star Game in Seattle. That gives the Seattle Mariners nearly 2 weeks to gain some momentum and go into the All-Star break with something positive to feel about. Unfortunately for the Mariners, the good vibes didn't start on Tuesday night. The Mariners fell to the Washington Nationals 7-4 in extra innings. Seattle held the lead twice during the game but gave it up both times. Lane Thomas knocked in the go-ahead double in the 11th inning to give the Nationals the lead. Seattle will look to win the rubber match in the series finale. That one is scheduled for 1:10 p.m. this afternoon. Former Washington State and Lake City High School star Kyle Manzardo was selected to play in the MLB Futures game during All-Star Week in Seattle. Manzardo was the second-round pick by the Tampa Bay Rays in 2021. He's hit 10 home runs for his AAA team in Durham, North Carolina this season. Former Spokane Indians outfielder Yanquiel Fernandez also made the Futures game. Fernandez hit 17 home runs for the Indians before being promoted to Double-A ball. The MLB Futures game is at 4 o'clock on July 8th at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. The Seattle Kraken released its schedule for next season. Here are some of the notable games to think about. Seattle opens the season on October 10th on the road against the Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights. Now, the team's first home game is October 17th against the Colorado Avalanche. Remember, the Kraken defeated the Avalanche in the first round of the playoffs this past season. Now, the Kraken and the Knights also face off in Seattle on New Year's Day, as the Kraken will host the Winter Classic, an outdoor hockey game at T-Mobile Park. Super cool event there. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Meta is adding new tools for parents to help monitor their teens' activities on social media. The feature includes controls on Messenger. Now, parents and guardians can see how much time their teens spend on the chat tool, view and receive updates on their contacts list, and get notified if their teen reports someone. Similar supervision tools already exist on Instagram. Another feature nudges teens to step away from Facebook after 20 minutes if, in fact, your kids are even on Facebook.
The fastest growing sport in the U.S. appears to be causing millions of dollars in healthcare bills. Analysts say pickleball accounts for about 5 to 10% of unexpected medical costs. That's about $377 million. One factor is that seniors tend to play it, and a 2021 study shows they account for the vast majority of those ER-related visits. Common injuries include sprains, strains, and fractures. You gotta wonder sometimes if going for that point is actually worth it, right?
It's never worth it.
Putting your body on the line.
It's never worth it. Believe me.
Speak from experience, maybe? Good morning, Northwest. Time now 6:26.
As we go to a commercial break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, get ready for our 3-day event. How to get your hands on unclaimed money that actually belongs to you.
I just got $20.
Because it turns out so many people have unclaimed property. You may be in for a very pleasant surprise.
That's right. At this moment, your state might have unclaimed money that you may be owed. Cash you've forgotten about or maybe never knew existed. From things like old bank accounts, uncollected insurance policies, even tax returns that perhaps got lost in the mail. Across the nation, more than $20 billion just waiting to be reclaimed by its citizens simply by searching for your name on your state's website or on missingmoney.com.
No matter how small or no matter how big, it's your property.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we're kicking off our Unclaimed Money event in Massachusetts with everything you need to know to get the money you're owed. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, Needham, Massachusetts.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I feel free to bare my skin thanks to Skyrizi. I'm celebrating my clearer skin my way. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. In another study, most people had 90% clearer skin even at 5 years. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to clearer skin with Skyrizi, this is my moment. There's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Don't let summer pass you by. Sale pricing is back at R&R RV. Yes, RVs are now priced below retail at R&R RV. Springdale, Cougar, Montana, Rockwood, and more. Don't wait weeks for other dealers. Every RV at R&R RV is prepped and ready for immediate delivery. Sale pricing is back at R&R RV. Shop now for the best selection and the lowest interest rates. R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston, or online at rnrrv.com.
Your Broadway wishes granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree it's exactly what you wish for. Don't miss Aladdin, the hit Broadway musical.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com. Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe.
Evacuated the entire town.
4 News Now, alerting you, delivering crucial information when and where you need it to protect your family.
Multiple fires burning right now in both Washington and Idaho.
Tell us about the state of the fire right now.
When every second counts, count on 4 News Now. On TV and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Stay safe all fire season long on 4 News Now. From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Wednesday, June the 28th. Emily Bloom in for Mark Peterson with a look at that first alert forecast, and it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, we're going to be warming into the mid-80s this afternoon, and some areas even into the 90s. We're going to begin with the things you need to know. Mountain storms this afternoon, primarily through North Idaho. We do have a warming trend ahead of us that is going to bring us into the 90s, and right along with that, very sunny skies, and hot and sunny is looking like the forecast for your 4th of July. Over the next 12 hours, 11 a.m., we are into the mid-70s, getting closer to our high for the day, mid-80s by about 3 p.m. And then 7 p.m. tonight, still sitting in those lower 80s. So a very beautiful day ahead of us, particularly here in Spokane. Some other regions have some storms to contend with. Across the region, many of us getting into the 80s and a few areas into those low to mid-90s. Now, this warming trend that I was referring to, you can see this here. By tomorrow, we're up to 89 degrees, getting into the 90s for both Friday and Saturday. But overall, for the next 7 days, we're going to be upper 80s, low 90s. And right along with this, those clear blue skies. We've got a beautiful forecast ahead of us. Definitely once we get into those 90s, that's when you want to keep in mind your neighbors, elderly, pets, young kids. Make sure that you are all getting plenty of hydration, shade, and AC and breaks when you need to.
Censorship. I believe this would be the greatest act of censorship there is.
And that's what one person attending yesterday's Bonner County Commissioner meeting had to say after County Commissioner Stephen Bradshaw had motioned to stop all public comment during these meetings. From there, Commissioner Asia Williams and Commissioner Bradshaw went back and forth throughout the meeting at opposite ends when it comes to public comment.
Bradshaw called public comment a mockery for the county, but Williams strongly disagreed, voicing her concern. She said they've seen increased participation in meetings, giving a voice to those who usually aren't heard from. And as the meeting progressed, it only got more contentious.
Well, actually, our ordinance says that we allow.
If you don't like the way I run the meeting, when you become chair, you can run it as you wish.
So it's not.
If you don't like it, you can leave. I don't care. But we have called for a vote, and we will have the vote.
4 News Now reached out to all 3 commissioners for a comment, but we haven't heard back from any of them yet. We have confirmed Sandpoint Police were called to this meeting, although we don't know the exact nature of that call. Well, people who are staying in Spokane parks after hours could soon face a misdemeanor.
The Spokane City Council voted to make it a misdemeanor for anyone to be in a city park after closing. Neighborhood parks will close at 11 at night. Riverfront Park will close at midnight. The chair of Spokane Human Rights Commission, Anwar Peace, is against this ordinance. He says it could be a prison pipeline for teens. Peace says making the public face misdemeanors is not the way to protect city parks.
Now we've got a rotating situation where this juvenile has a criminal track record. That might affect his school, it might affect his home life, and it might deteriorate to a point where he does actually engage in criminal activity that we don't want to see.
Spokane police say they need this ordinance to eliminate dangerous behaviors that could lead to violence, such as drug and alcohol use, and when someone has weapons in the parks. Spokane police say the new law will go into effect 30 days after the mayor signs the ordinance. Don't come to Kootenai County on vacation and leave on probation. That is a message from the sheriff ahead of 4th of July celebrations.
He claims a large number of people from Washington spend time in the Kootenai County Jail this holiday and says drugs and criminals will not be tolerated. Sheriff Bob Norris says laws are very different in Idaho. Using hard drugs like fentanyl, meth, and cocaine are serious felonies and can land people in jail or prison. Marijuana is also illegal in the state. Now, some people believe the drug problem is a complex one, and those problems aren't just coming from people traveling from Washington. Betty Harper, who lives in Cooney County, says drugs can cause a handful of problems, but she feels like it can't be stopped.
I agree with him. We don't need a lot of the drug stuff. That's true. We don't. True. But are you going to be able to stop it? Do you know how many people in this area right here? There's a few people. I'll bet you find at least 2 that are either smoking, did, going to.
In his statement, Sheriff Norris said if people want to possess controlled substances or engage in criminal behavior, quote, Seattle, Spokane, and the entire state of Washington is a wonderful place to enjoy July 4th celebrations.
And when you think of the 4th of July, one of the first things that probably comes to mind, fireworks. A quick reminder, they are illegal in Spokane. Outside city limits, high-powered devices such as M80s, altered fireworks, and homemade devices are prohibited on state and federal levels. It's also illegal to sell, own, or set off firecrackers and bottle rockets, except on designated tribal land.
And while personal fireworks are illegal, there are still plenty of local fireworks shows for you and your family to enjoy. In Spokane County, there will be shows at Riverfront Park, Avista Stadium, and the Liberty Lake Pavilion Park. In Cooney County, the Coeur d'Alene annual 4th of July party starts at 10 a.m. with the American Heroes Parade. Great if you got young kids. And later that night, you can catch the fireworks show near the resort. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:36.
And our weather today looking, well, starting off kind of muggy, but really decent temperatures.
Yeah, definitely humid out there, and you'll notice it when you step out the door. All of that in light of yesterday's storms moving through. And we do have the possibility for round 2 of some afternoon storms in a few particular regions. I'll be tracking all of that coming up in just a little bit.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Lumen High School elevates the lives of teen parents by providing high academic standards and an on-site specialized early learning center.
Lumen High School is rooted in belonging, social justice, and empowerment, and offers pathways to teen parents leading to high school graduation, positive parenting, and future life success.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Lumen High School as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon, a 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new Subaru models with 3.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru today.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the advocates.
The advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Summer is here and everybody knows the General Store has the fun stuff. But did you know?
We have hundreds of inflatables, towables, and kayaks for your time at the river or lake. You'll find the right drinkware from top brands such as Stanley, Hydro Flask, and Yeti. Boating? We have what you need in our recently upgraded marine section. You'll find top brands in our rod, reel, tackle, and bait in our newly revised fishing department.
The General Store. We have the fun stuff.
Lowe's knows you never come in for just one thing.
So we've got to know a lot of things about a lot of things.
Like which mower makes the cut, the mulch that finishes the look, and picking a color that pops. You got this. We got you.
Without the right start to your day, your morning could hit a wall.
Is he okay?
I got it. Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with slow-release carbs and provide steady morning energy to help you rise and thrive.
It's 6:39. A new law is now in effect that further strengthens federal laws concerning pregnant employees. It's part of the Pregnant Worker Fairness Act, which impacts companies with 15 or more employees. The new law treats all pregnancies the same, high risk or not.
We have federal and state disability laws that say if you've got a disability, which sometimes pregnancy is, then you get reasonable accommodations. But what we didn't have was a law that said pregnant workers who don't have a disability pregnancy, they have a run-of-the-mill pregnancy, they also need accommodations. That's what this new law fixes.
Accommodations can range from changing a work schedule, giving moms to be a closer parking spot, or more flexible work hours.
A new report shows providing free birth control to uninsured women may help reduce unplanned pregnancies and abortions. According to a report published by the National Bureau of Economics, women were 40% more likely to take various forms of contraception if they were offered it without charge. The end result is the chances of unplanned pregnancies could drop by around 30%.
And in your 10-second takeaway, we are talking about thunderstorms this afternoon. Temps moving into the 90s by Friday and sunny skies on the horizon. A very long stretch of them. We'll go over all of this in just a bit.
The Independence Day cookout is going to be a bit more affordable than it was last year. According to a survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation, families can expect to pay $67.73 for a 10-person cookout. That is down 3% from last year's record high. The cookout includes 12 staple items. Hamburger buns, beef, and potato salad were up in price this year. Chicken breasts, lemonade, and chocolate chip cookies saw price drops. While it is nearly $2 less this year, it's still the second highest on record since the survey began in 2013.
Well, Europe has a new record for the most expensive artwork ever sold at auction. Sotheby's says this painting by Gustav Klimt sold for more than $108 million on Tuesday. The London auction house says a buyer in Hong Kong won it after about 10 minutes of bidding. Sotheby's bills the painting as Klimt's last masterpiece and says it was in his studio when he died in 1918. The name of the painting in German translates to Lady with a Fan, and it features an unidentified female subject.
SeaWorld rescue workers and conservationists spent 8 hours saving a 33-foot humpback whale. It had become tangled in shark netting, lines, and floats off Australia's Gold Coast. It happened during peak migration season. Many environmentalists say shark nets should be taken down during migration season, as even rescued whales can die due to the stress involved.
Oh, he was really tangled up, too.
Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:42, almost.
All right, Bronte Sorotsky live with a new youth soccer camp.
Yeah, Thrive's soccer camp is back this week. I'll tell you about the impact it has on these kids and how they're all able to connect through soccer.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader. It goes like one margarita.
Bluebird in my heart.
Baby, you're playing hard to forget. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
June 27th through July 2nd at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Visit BroadwaySpokane.com.
At Mainstream, our mission is to keep your family comfortable all year long. Whether that's a simple repair or a new furnace or AC system, we'll be there, ready to serve you when you need us most.
Electrical, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Choose smart. Call the company with heart. Mainstream.
My name is Jennifer, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in November of 2015. Getting a cancer diagnosis is literally like having the rug pulled out from underneath you. When I'm at Summit Cancer Centers, I feel like they're kind of part of my family in a sense. They've always had my best interests in mind, so I'm actually very hopeful for the future. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
Chewelah Casino is now Missisquoi Casino Hotel.
It's now 6:44. Thrive Center's soccer camp for refugee children is its largest so far, with more than 100 kids registered.
It kicked off earlier this week at North Central High School. That's where Bronte Sorotsky is live with what it's all about and why this is so important for refugee kids.
Yeah, that's right. This is the biggest one that they are doing this year. It's a huge deal. It's an annual event. Excuse me, I'm here with Jackson Leno this morning with Thrive. And I just love to talk about really the importance that this event has for these kids, especially being from a wide range of different countries and coming from different cultures, how they're all united through this game of soccer.
Yeah, this game of soccer is a multicultural international sport. And I think them coming together to share each other's culture is important. That's what allows the community to thrive, having multicultural and diversity. And so we are very fortunate to have the partners of the community and also the community standing along us, side of us, to be able to provide this camp.
That's awesome. And also just I love to talk about too what people can expect when they come out here, if people want to support these kids through this camp.
Yeah, so we will have a celebration of kind of just ending the camp tomorrow in the evening from 5 to 7. And we want to invite you guys to come out and hang out with us. You'll expect to see food, which I think that brings people together as well.
Definitely.
Food and soccer, I mean, those are two good things to bring people together.
Yeah.
And so we'll have food from a variety of different countries. And we want you to come out and just hang out and mingle with the kids and just get to know where they're from and how you can support. I mean, there's a lot of ways, as mentioned earlier, but our biggest thing is cost. So it's about $100 to send a kid to a camp, and we would love to send more kids to camp next year. So your donations would be much appreciated.
Okay, and I mean, this, like you said, this sounds like just like a great program for these kids. And yeah, the final match is happening this Thursday right here on this field. So you're all invited to watch from the stands or cheer everyone on and get some food from Feast World Kitchen. And you said those final matches start around 5 tomorrow. So if you're interested, come out here and support some local refugee and immigrant kids. Derek, Robin, I'll throw it back to you guys.
All right. Come for the soccer, stay for the great food.
Yes, will do. Sounds awesome. All right, here's your live look this morning. Finally, we're seeing some blue skies. It was pretty cloudy and hazy earlier today, but there are some clouds hanging around.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful sky cam right there, and kind of giving us a sneak peek of what we have ahead of us, particularly here in the Spokane area for today. Temperatures, they're going to be warming into the mid-80s by this afternoon. The 4 things that we need to know, we're going to start here. We do have some mountain storms to contend with this afternoon, particularly through North Idaho and Northeast Washington. A warming trend ahead of us that is going to bring our temps into the low 90s for the next few days, and it's looking like we're going to have a hot and sunny 4th of July. Radar and satellite is showing a little bit of showers that we have had through southern Washington here over the past couple of hours. All of those are going to move out, and then we'll have the second round this afternoon. Live conditions right now, 57 in Coeur d'Alene and 60 in Spokane, and plenty of sunshine out there as you are getting out the door and starting your day. We're going to be into the low 70s by 10 a.m. and then getting into the 80s by about 2 p.m. this afternoon, closer to our high for the day of about 4 and 5 p.m. That's when we're expecting some of these storms to roll through. Temperatures all across the region, anywhere between about 80 to 92, 94 degrees, depending upon where you're at. 82 will be the high for those of you in the Pullman area this afternoon. Forecast radar showing the cloud cover that we have across the region right now. Putting it in motion, it's about 5 p.m. when we're going to have some of these isolated thunderstorms moving through northeast Washington and North Idaho. It's not going to be anything like what we saw yesterday, not going to be as widespread, but certainly possibilities for gusty winds, lightning, potentially even some small hail. Then moving into Thursday, we have got clear blue skies and through Friday as well. That kind of is good, the beginning of what's going to be a very long stretch of those warm temperatures and clear blue skies. Lows tonight anywhere between about 59 to 62 degrees. 66 will be the overnight low in the Tri-Cities. 58 here in downtown Spokane. Planning forecast is showing that long stretch that we have ahead of us. Beginning probably tomorrow with that 89 degrees and then getting into those low 90s, upper 80s, bringing us all the way through the middle of next week. 4th of July right now looking to be 92 degrees and very, very sunny. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no kidding about this long stretch though, right? I mean, I think we had, like 2 days around 90 a few weeks ago, but this will be something else.
Indeed. It is now just about 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is just ahead.
All right, thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Wednesday morning. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Wigs.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's here. The Epson Tour Road to the LPGA, August 21st through the 27th. Presented by Circling Raven Golf Club and 4 News Now. Circling Raven Golf Club has once again been chosen to host this women's professional golf tournament, August 21st through the 27th. More than 150 pros from 30 countries will compete for shares of the $200,000 purse. Come see the game's rising stars. The Epson Tour Road to the LPGA, presented by Circling Raven Golf Club and 4 News Now.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at all 3 Cal locations.
This is your chance to trade in anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying all payments until September 1st. With top dollar offered for all trade-ins during Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
Alabama, Roll On North America Tour, presented by Kenworth. July 6th, Spokane Arena. With very special guest, the Marshall Tucker Band. Alabama, live. All your favorite songs from the greatest country band of all time. On sale now at ticketswest.com. Produced by Outback Presents.
What's in a name? A question that has never had more relevance. First American Title has been rebranded to Flying S Title and Escrow. Since 1905, we've been helping people protect their property rights. When the time comes to choose a title insurance and escrow company, the choice is clear: Flying S Title and Escrow. Idaho's longest operating, family-owned title and escrow company is now Flying S Title and Escrow. We're not new, but our name is.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Fred Meyer, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your day with the morning sprint.
Hey, Emily Bloom in for Mark with the forecast heading for the 90s and where you might see some storms this afternoon.
Bronte Sorotsky is live at North Central High School with a great soccer program for refugee children.
But first, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November was back in court. The state of Idaho has filed its intent to pursue the death penalty for Brian Kohberger. On Tuesday, Kohberger and his team were back in front of a judge saying now that the death penalty is on the table, they need more information from the state. Kohberger's trial is set to start in October. For a complete look at what the prosecution and the defense discuss in court, follow our coverage of this story on KXLY.com.
Bonner County commissioners are getting accused of censorship after a motion to stop public comment during their meetings. But Commissioner Asia Williams strongly disagreed with the motion, saying she said they've seen increased participation in meetings, giving a voice to those who usually aren't heard from. 4 News Now reached out to all commissioners for comment. We have not heard back from any of them at this point.
A Spokane Valley church was surprised to find vandalism in place of its pride flags. Viradale Church of Christ in Spokane had more than 24 pride flags last week, according to Reverend Genevieve Haywood. Last weekend, 3 people stole 3 large banners and 25 small pride flags from the property. They also spelled out Lev 2013 on the front lawn using diesel fuel, referencing a Bible verse from the book of Leviticus, often used to condemn gay people. Haywood says she contacted Spokane Valley Police, who are investigating.
The Canadian wildfires are breaking records and damaging much of the world's air quality. The Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Service just released a report on the smoke emissions, finding those fires have led to the highest emissions on record for the country. The smoky pollution has had a heavy impact on the U.S., leading to significantly degraded air quality throughout much of the country. The Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center says crews are working on 485 active wildfires in the country, with at least 257 fires described as out of control.
And back here at home, pretty nice conditions in terms of our weather as we move throughout the day today. We're going to be into the lower 70s by about 10 a.m., getting into the mid 80s. And we do have some storms through North Idaho and Northeast Washington later on this afternoon. Possibility right there before a very long stretch of warm temps and sunny skies.
Well, after 2 hot summer days spent closed, the Shadle Aquatic Center is reopening today. Spokane Parks and Recreation closed it on Monday and Tuesday, saying a group was threatening someone inside Monday afternoon. Spokane Parks and Rec posted on Facebook saying staff called police and locked down the facility and evacuated all guests to a safe location. We haven't heard whether police made any arrests in this case.
Thrive's Refugee Soccer Camp is back this week here at North Central High School. It's a way for kids all ages, whether they're in elementary school, middle school, high school, come out here and sharpen their soccer skills or just come together with other refugees and immigrants in the community. It's a great way for them to all connect, whether they have different language barriers or cultural barriers. They're all able to come together just through love for the game, for soccer. That's going on all week until tomorrow is the final match at 5 o'clock. And if you come out here at 5, there's also going to be a food truck from Feast World Kitchen, so that is there to enjoy and just watch the kids play some soccer.
People who are staying in Spokane parks after hours could soon face a misdemeanor. The Spokane City Council voted to make it a misdemeanor for anyone to be in a city park after closing hours. And neighborhood parks will close at 11 at night. Riverfront Park closes at midnight. Spokane police say they need this ordinance to eliminate dangerous behaviors that could lead to violence, while some against the ordinance say it could be a prison pipeline for teens. Police say the new law goes into effect 30 days after the mayor signs the ordinance.
Remember, as we head toward the 4th of July, fireworks are illegal in Spokane. Outside of city limits, high-powered devices like M80s, altered fireworks, and homemade devices are prohibited on state and federal levels. It's also illegal to sell, own, or set off firecrackers and bottle rockets except on designated tribal lands. And while personal fireworks are illegal, there are still plenty of local fireworks shows for you and your family to enjoy. In Spokane County, there will be shows at Riverfront Park, Avista Stadium, and Liberty Lake Pavilion Park. In Kootenai County, the Coeur d'Alene annual 4th of July party starts at 10 a.m. with the American Heroes Parade, and later that night you can catch the fireworks show near the resort. All right, should be great weather for it, as Emily Bloom has been telling us about as we take a live look outside the KXLY studios. We'll have that final check of weather with Emily coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
The Spokane County SWAT team, they're being deployed more often, on average once a week. 4 News Now wanted to know why, and how does new technology help them protect you? Aaron Luna reports. Thursday only on 4 News Now at 6.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it?
I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
We do have some mountain storms through North Idaho rolling in this afternoon. This is all before a warming trend that is on the horizon starting tomorrow. Temps going into the low 90s and upper 80s for at least the next 6 days. That does bring us through the 4th of July. Looking like we're going to have a pretty nice forecast for the week ahead.
Does sound like it. Emily, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much for being with us here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll have updates throughout the morning during Good Morning America. First one coming up in about 23 minutes.
Yeah, and as we send you off to that, here is a live look at your Wednesday morning. Lots of blue skies. It is Wednesday, right?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Okay, just checking.